Bonjour gang, right here from EPCOT's France Pavilion. And we are here because Disney just launched an exclusive Parisian breakfast at Chefs de France. It's only available 2 mornings of the week for limited time with croissants, smoked salmon, quiches, and did I mention endless mimosas? So you guys know we had to come check this place out to see if it's worth the hype. So you guys gotta come along.
It's based off our name.
You guys know I love to find new food here at Disney World. Now, I'm often not finding new breakfast because it is a little early for my liking, and especially this new breakfast buffet dining experience. It starts at 9 o'clock. Now, one thing that's kind of good is it gets you in EPCOT a little early, so after breakfast, you may have a jump on some of the rides and some of the things you want to do here, but we are here strictly for this Parisian breakfast. It does look like it's gonna be a lot of carbs and a lot of alcohol, which could make for a very, very fun breakfast, but is it worth the price is what we are here to find out. This is a $65 buffet, and as far as I know, there's not eggs, there's not a lot of warm food other than some pastries, so I'm very interested to see if this new breakfast is worth it, and even if it's not, I'm pretty sure it's only for a limited time during the Food and Wine Festival, and like I said, only on Fridays and Saturdays. So definitely if you're interested in this breakfast, book it now for your trip, because I think it's either gonna be gone before we know it, or all the reservations are gonna be gone. But it's already 9 o'clock and there is a line forming outside of Chefs de France. There really aren't too many people in France right now because the park just opened to day guests. Before that, it was just resort guests. But I feel like all the people are out here waiting to get inside Chef de France. So we have to hop in this line and hopefully they'll get us with food soon. Hello. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh wow, look at them. They really are bottomless. Cheers, Kristen. First mimosa down.
Number 1.
The mimosas that you get here, I think, are the main thing that's gonna pay for the price of admission. So I kind of did some research for all the mimosas around Walt Disney World property, and the mimosas usually run anywhere from $15 to $20 here at Disney World. So if you have 3 of these, that makes $60, in fact, kind of paying for this dining experience. And so the pastries are really just extra. This is what we're here for. So cheers, gang. Oh, that's the shot, Remy. You guys, our lovely server is actually named Remy. It's so nice to meet you.
I'm the original one.
Yeah, you're the original Remy.
Every day. But I was born way before that movie happened. So
Yes.
I'm the real
You're the OG. Yes. Thank you, Remy.
Thank you.
He actually is bringing us some coffee because let alone bottomless mimosas, you can get unlimited coffee as well. This is definitely a breakfast double fisting scenario. I also have a water. Are you guys like that at breakfast where you like want all the drinks? I want like a water, a coffee, a Coke, and a mimosa. I want like 4 drinks, truth be told. But here you can have them all, and this coffee definitely feels very, very Parisian. The only negative of the coffee, just so you guys know, they do not have any other milk other than cow's milk. I usually take my coffee with almond milk or soy milk, and they did not offer it. So cow's udder it is today, but still really good. And check out this buffet. I kind of want to go through the lineup and show you everything that they have. This is like a walnut raisin bread with different assorted cheeses. Look at this cheese. It's like rolled in like herb, like a little goat cheese. And then this is like a little meat platter board. It looks like different assorted charcuterie, from salami to ham, all different types of things. This I was not expecting. They actually have little mini croque monsieur sandwiches, as well as some mini quiches. Ooh, and this looks delicious. It's like a little salmon dip with some toast and cucumbers and even some rolled salmon on the back here. And you know you're in France when you see giant baguettes. Look at these baguettes. They're so beautiful, Brian. They have a huge fruit platter area as well. So they do have all the croissants, from plain croissants to chocolate croissants and even some delicious egg croissants. And they have about 6 different tables, so it does spread out the people a little bit to where you don't have to wait in line for the buffet for too long. So for my first plate of the buffet, I went for a savory kind of portion. Other than some of my fruit, I got the salmon dip, the quiche, of course the croque monsieur, a French baguette, and some of the charcuterie meats. I want to dive into this cute little croque monsieur first. It looks so toasty and delicious, and I already know it's going to be a crunchy one. So let's try the mini croque monsieur. It's pretty good. I don't mind it. I was expecting a little more crunch from the bread on this, but the actual cheese and the meat, which is usually ham inside of the croque monsieur, I really, really like. Now, what I think is going to give me the crunch that I'm looking for is this delicious French baguette. Look at this. This is so simple. I don't even think we need to add anything onto it, but since I have that little salmon dip, I'm gonna put that on there. I think that'll be a good little bite on the tip of the baguette here. The French baguette with the salmon dip. I thought for sure right off the jump that croque monsieur was gonna be my favorite, but there is something about a classic French baguette, especially being in France and EPCOT. This is where it's at, and I much prefer the salmon dip to what the meats and cheeses in the croque monsieur tasted like. So this will be something I will totally get again. And since we're on the salmon kick, I do want to try the little breakfast lox that they have. Now the portion of the salmon lox, I am very, very impressed with. It looks nice and thin and rolled to perfection, and the fact that I can just walk up there and get more salmon, that is really, really nice. Let's try the little breakfast lox. That's pretty good, but it definitely is your more traditional breakfast salmon. So out of the 2 salmon things, I think I prefer the dip a little bit more. It just has like little onion bits in there, a little herb, and I think they use probably some whipping cream of some sort, making it extra creamy. But so far, so good. I think the only disappointment so far is that croque monsieur. I was expecting almost like a grilled cheese quality, and this is more just kind of like a ham and cheese sandwich kind of put together. So this was disappointing, but so far the salmon and the baguette was amazing. This is like the walnut bread. It looks almost like a beautiful like sourdough type bread, so I didn't really get anything to put on it. I just wanted to try what walnut bread was by itself. So here's the thing, hopefully you love carbs and bread, because there are a lot of bread options. The walnut one is okay, I probably wouldn't get it again, but they have so many other pastries to try. This was kind of like the ginger orange pastry, I believe, and this has a little bit more of a sweet quality. A little sweetness in the orange, but so far the baguette still wins. And before I dive into this delicious little quiche here, I think I want to take the rest of my baguette and split it open so I can try my meats and my cheeses that way. Put my little salami on there and my little ham as well. I think that'll be a good delivery bite. The charcuterie meats. Okay, I really love that. This is a sandwich that I want every single day. Those meats are so good. Sometimes salami can get a little greasy, but this is definitely a delicious little protein bite that I would get more of, which I'm going to because I can. But so yeah, the meats are pretty good. And then I definitely had to get some cheeses, and I went with the goat cheese. It just looked so beautiful to me. All the little herbs and everything. I thought this would be a really good choice, and I feel like I'm just using the baguette for everything because it's such a good little bite to put everything with. But I don't want to fill up too much on the bread. I want to still go and get a little dessert sweet platter. But let's try out the herb goat cheese. Oh yes, that was the cheese I was waiting for. That goat cheese is so pungent in the best way. And with the herbs on there, I will be getting 2 more of those little dollops. That was really good. Thank you. Our second mimosa. We're already doing good, you guys. Second mimosa down. We have made a dent in this savory platter for sure. And last but certainly not least, did you even come to Paris unless you had a quiche? I think not. So they don't really have a lot of descriptions up there on the signs. They kind of just have the name of them. So I don't really know, is this a meat quiche? Is it just a cheese quiche? But there's only one way to find out. I do think there is a ton of cheese in this. However, I don't think there is any meat, but there is tons of vegetable. It almost tastes like there's like a pico de gallo or some sort of like salsa on top. This is a pretty dang good quiche. I like it a lot. The pastry is cooked well, stayed nice and warm, and I think the portion of it is pretty good for a little mini quiche. And they were not joking when they said bottomless mimosas, you guys. My second one wasn't even finished all the way down to the bottom before they poured me another one, so they are on top of it with the mimosas. And I have to say, even though they're pre-batch, it tastes pretty dang strong. I do taste the champagne. It isn't just orange juice. It's really, really nice. I don't know what champagne they use in it. That would be the only thing I would like to know. But all in all, really good mimosa. You can tell that the thing that I liked the least was definitely that croque monsieur. The bread was just really disappointing and it felt really dry. So I would definitely prefer that French baguette as the sandwich bread for this, for sure. But other than that, everything tasted really good. I will, however, say that everything was a little cold because they kind of just have it sitting out there. There's no warming plates or anything like that. But we made a good dent on the savory. Let's go make a sweet plate. The fruit has definitely gone quite fast, so we need to get into some of these pastries before they're all gone. They've already cleared out one of the tables, and they're actually out of one of the parfaits already that I wanted to get, so that is definitely a little unfortunate. But let's grab here. This is like a little egg croissant. Let's grab one of those. And then this is this the chocolate croissant? And then we'll grab a little chocolate croissant there. And they do have some jams and spreads, and this is like a little hazelnut spread, so I definitely want to get a little bit of that on my little sweet plate. There's definitely a theme here at the Parisian breakfast, and it is bread. It is bread and pastries and danishes. I got the little egg croissant. This is like a chocolate Swiss roll, chocolate croissant, and then a little almond cake there. I think first we have to dive into this little egg Danish here, and I want to pull it apart and see how flaky and delicious it is. Ooh, okay. That looks pretty dang good. The little egg croissant. I do think that had the potential to be a really good bite, but it was cold, like literally cold. Now, some pastries, like maybe a chocolate croissant or a regular croissant, you don't really need it to be cold. But for an egg croissant, a pastry, you don't want cold egg on crispy bread. The bread and the pastry itself is really, really good. Just wish some way it could have been staying warm, waiting for me to eat it, for sure. Now let's try the chocolate croissant. I don't feel like there's tons of chocolate in here, but we can open it up. Very flaky, and I see a little more chocolate inside. And they did bring a little salted butter to the table. Now, if they don't bring you it, definitely ask for it, because I think on some of these pastries, you need a little butter to moisten them up. That was a pretty good bite, but I'll be honest with you, the best thing about it, I think, was the salted butter. I don't get much chocolate. It's literally maybe one little piece of chocolate in there, but the actual croissant is delicious. It is flaky. It is falling apart. It is layered up, but it's almost like I want to dip it in this Nutella little sauce. That's going to be a better chocolate croissant bite. Yeah. Just pour the Nutella sauce over everything. Now this is the chocolate Swiss roll. I have a feeling it's going to taste exactly like that chocolate croissant. And I'm going to dip it in the Nutella sauce too, just because that's what I did with the chocolate croissant. It's the same. It's literally the same pastry, just like formed differently. It's good, it's fine. I definitely like it better than the egg croissant, for sure. but pretty basic. They have a little almond bar here. These are interesting. They're like a little underbaked little almond bar, and it looks like there's some like raspberry little compote in there, and it looks pretty good. Let's see how it tastes. Okay, that I like a lot. It's fine at room temperature. It tastes like a little like shortbread raspberry like cookie. Do you know those like thumbprints that you would have at Christmas time with the little jam in the middle? That's what these taste like, but with like an almond kind of crusty bread. This is probably my favorite pastry out of the whole plate, and the only thing that would make it better is dipping it in Nutella also. Why not? There we go. Now I think what would have really helped this plate was getting that parfait, like that little fruit parfait would have added a lot of color to this portion of the meal. And it is 10:25, which means we only have 5 minutes left for this experience. It only goes from 9 to 10:30, and we definitely felt rushed because we didn't really even get into the restaurant until 9:15. So it's a very short experience, although you would think an hour and a half you should be able to eat breakfast. It really isn't a whole lot of time. Oh my gosh. Some more champagne coming in. Thank you. All right, now they're just filling us up with just champagne. It's 10:34 now, and believe it or not, unlike the Beak and Barrel, I am not being kicked out of this place, escorted out. I'm still able to relax, chill, drink some more champagne, because I think right at the end there, that's the key. Even though you want to leave and get out into the park, maybe stick around for a little bit, because I think they have champagne bottles that are like designated for brunch, so they need to get rid of them. So they've just been coming around and pouring straight champagne in everyone's glasses. So that's definitely the way to do it. Now, however, all the food is put away. So if you're trying to go for seconds, I think it has to be before that 10:30 mark. You guys, this is actually funny to me because Kristen really does not drink a lot. So this is like the most that I've seen you drink in a while. How you feeling?
Fine. I've had like literally 2 mimosas so far.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, now they're just really bringing out the glitz and the glamour. Thank you. We have made it out of Chefs de France, and I did speak a little too soon. They didn't fully kick us out, but around 10:37, they kind of started coming around to the tables and just saying, "Excusez-moi, we are setting up for lunch." So it did feel a little nicer than the Beak and Barrel. I feel like the Beak and Barrel, the new bar over in Magic Kingdom, which is also only a 45-minute experience, I feel like they threw me overboard as soon as my time was up. So Chefs de France did it a little more classy, but I'm gonna give you my full review of this experience to let you guys know, is it worth it for you to try out? So like I said earlier, this is a $65 per person experience. Now that is a very hefty breakfast price, especially when you consider that a lot of the breakfast buffets around Disney World property, even character breakfasts, are around that similar price, and they're gonna have eggs, waffles, like a giant buffet of food. But they do not have unlimited mimosas. So I have to say, if you are someone who likes an adult beverage, I do think that it is worth the price for that. Now, with that being said, I'm not much of a breakfast person, and I'm really not much of an all-you-care-to-enjoy buffet person either, because I don't really eat that much. I more am like a little snacker. I like coming to EPCOT and kind of like snacking around the World Showcase instead of getting here early, filling up on carbs, and then not even wanting to eat in any of the other countries. So with that being said, I do think that this experience is for like a very specific niche group. Whether you really like French food, whether you really like pastries, or maybe even like a birthday or bachelorette party, I think that would be a really fun way to start your EPCOT day. But with all that being said, at the $65 price point, I do think it is a one and done experience. It's not something I would want to do again necessarily, especially with the food options that they had, and with the food options kind of being room temperature and not warmed up. But was it worth it? I do think by the time I had 3 mimosas and then a glass of champagne and coffee and all the pastries I had, I do think it is worth $65. I just think there are some issues with the way that they're running it. You do have to sit with other people at a table, and so I think for $65 per person, having to share your table with another party is kind of unacceptable. They do this a lot on the Disney cruise lines as well, and I just don't appreciate it. It kind of ruins the magic a little bit. I think the main downside of the experience is how packed it is in there, and especially with how many people they had, you were running out of options and running out of items that you maybe wanted to get that you should have gotten your first round, but then they were already gone by the time you went to get your second plate. So I do just think it's a couple couple hiccups that hopefully they'll change along the way once they see some of these videos. But I don't think it's a total skip for your vacation. I think it would be an interesting thing to try out. Now, don't give your full review, Kristen, because they have to go to your video next to check out your full review. But like maybe a 1 to 5 or a 1 to 10. How are you feeling stepping out?
I'd say a 2.5, 3.
Okay. Middle of the road.
What's your rating out of 5?
I would probably be middle of the road too, but with that being said, I thought it was going to be a 0. I thought it was going to be like, I'm never coming back here, but there just were a few kinks that I think could be fixed.
That's what I agree. There are like some that's the thing. Like there's just some operational issues.
Yeah.
That if they fix those operational issues, this could be
really
borderline a home run. But those operational issues need to be fixed.
But are they going to fix them before they're done doing this event? It's limited time,
that is
so
the question.
We'll find out. But leave in the comments below, what do you guys think? Do you think this new breakfast buffet experience here at EPCOT is worth it? I really want to hear from you. And as always, peace, love, and positivity, and all the good things. Love you guys. Bye.